In Court on TKLA Television is brought to you in part by Campbell Bonding Company. Even the best of us make mistakes, so when trouble finds you, trust Campbell Bonding Company to help you through what can be a confusing and sometimes frightening experience. Jim, Robert, and Cole Campbell work as a family to offer your family understanding and compassion during a very difficult time. Campbell Bonding Company can help get your family back together quickly and confidentially. And in every step of the process, they're there for you. In times of trouble, let their family help your family. Campbell Bonding Company, 870-741-1138.
Boone County case CR 2017-152, State of Arkansas versus Harold Persinger. Mr. Persinger, you're here for arraignment on a charge of failure to register as a sex offender, Class C felony, charged as an habitual offender. Have you made arrangements to be represented by an attorney?
I will have for
Your Honor, I'm looking for his file. I believe we have that for him. I apologize.
Jeremy, are you going to represent him?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm noting the Public Defender's Office, and the person of Mr. Friend will be appointed as the attorney. On the charges that I read off, how does the defendant now plead?
Your Honor, he would enter a plea of not guilty to waive formal reading of the information.
Plea of not guilty is noted. Court has is entering a noting today is his arraignment date. He was scheduled for Judge Putman for a review hearing on June 23rd. This court has set it down for a reappearance on by scheduling order for September 1st. Set it down for pretrial on October 20th of 2017, and for a trial on the trial is set for November 3rd.
Judge, on this case, last night I had an opportunity to review the file. When I sent over to the Public Defender's Office a proposed resolution this morning, I have provided them 54 pages of discovery together with the disk. A lot of the discovery includes the general papers that he signs, as well as copies of prior judgments. So, state's pretty much at this point ready to take this matter to trial.
There's also the court would note that that October 20th date will be will not only be that will be a plea deadline date. So just putting it in at this point. Guess it'll be a plea deadline date. Let me check this. Okay, I'm mistaken. The jury trial date is, I'm not reading it right. The jury trial date is set at January 2nd, 2018. The plea deadline date is November 3rd. The pretrial date is October 20th, with a reappearance date on September 1st. I'm going to cancel the. We have him down to appear on June 23rd, and that date can be canceled. Any other matters to come before the court?
Not on behalf of the state, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
You may be excused, Mr. Persinger. Court will call 2016-262, State of Arkansas versus Justin Allen Moore.
Your Honor, it looks like Mr. Moore is set for plea deadline today, I believe. Have not been able to meet with him. I believe he was locked back up. If we could bring him over after the break today, let me discuss this with him.
All right. Let me just check you.
Thank you, sir.
And in that vein, we have some additional lab results that I've just provided Mr. Friend.
All right, he's on the trial list for next week, so court's going to direct that he'll be brought over for the afternoon session of court. So we're going to have to address this along with a good number of other cases that are on the trial schedule. So, all right. Any other matters to come before the court?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Moore, you may be excused. You'll be brought over with the other prisoners coming to court. Call 2017-50, State of Arkansas versus Nicholas Collins.
Your Honor, it looks like Mr. Collins is here on a reappearance. There's extensive discovery in the file. No action to be taken at this time. If we could just continue on our scheduling order.
Yeah, we have him down. We had him down today for that review hearing for the purpose of checking to make sure that discovery is getting completed and everything's moving forward. The case is actually set for trial the week of August 7th, with a pretrial scheduled for July 14th. Anything else to be taken up on him today?
Not today, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Collins, you may be excused.
Plants, plants, and more plants. That's what you'll find at Camp's Plants in Harrison. Perennials, annuals, ferns, hanging baskets, shrubs, roses, decorative trees, and the largest selection of garden vegetables in the area. With different varieties arriving weekly, you're sure to find that perfect plant, shrub, or tree at the best price in the area. Camp's Plants, in business for over 32 years in Harrison.
My name is Deborah. I work at Dental Creations on the Square in Harrison. Not only do I work at the front desk, but I'm also a dental assistant. So I'm seeing you from the beginning, throughout the whole process, and even at the end of the process. We're happy to help in any way we possibly can, and I think that sets us apart from most offices. We don't just hustle you through here just to make a dollar. We're here for you, and and we want to do the best we can for you.
Dental Creations on the square in Harrison, next to the Big Red Boot.
Hey, buddy.
Sometimes the best searches are done without hashtags. Toyota Tundra. Built here, lives here.
Right now, qualified buyers get 0% APR for 60 months plus $1,500 special edition bonus on a new 2017 Special Edition Tundra. Toyota, let's go places.
This is Josh from Harrison Battery and Tire. Lots of folks have been asking about roadside assistance, and now it's available. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, we can quickly and efficiently take care of your tires and battery issues with one phone call. Professional, secure, comforting to get you back on the road. No matter what time, no matter what type of vehicle you drive, call for details at 870-741-7041. Harrison Battery and Tire on the curve of Main Street in Harrison, harrisonbatteryandtire.com. Big enough to serve, small enough to care.
2017-136, State of Arkansas versus Jeffrey Girard.
Judge, I'll be representing Mr. Gerard.
All right.
Not
This
exactly sure why he's on today.
Well, he's
He has a new case, 2017-136.
Okay, I see.
Mr. Hancock signed for the discovery, and that's the one I sent you an email that he really needs to be screened for drug court.
We've entered a scheduling order that has him down for appearance here today. There's a review hearing set for 9/1/17, September 1st. There's a pretrial hearing set down for October 20th. Plea deadline is November 3rd, and he's set on the trial in the trial group that for the week of January 2nd, 2018. That scheduling order has already been entered.
Judge, it looks like on his revocation, 1510 or 15100, he needs to make application, and then in the 17-136, he made application, but it was not notarized, and so we sent it back to the jail to have it notarized. But we've been provided discovery in 17-136, and we can enter a not guilty and waive a formal reading.
Let me look at the revocations. He was down for the revocation hearing today. Do we need a date to reschedule that?
Judge, if we could just, has it been arraigned on the revo?
Look. No, it does not appear he has.
Well, Judge, we'd enter not true and waive a reading of the petition and ask that that be set just for the court's next trial date, or not trial date, but hearing date for the revocation.
That'd be June 23rd, I believe.
You have the revocation file, Jim? Let me see. That's not the revocation, that's the new charge.
Should be 1510. 15100.
I see. I
140.
apologize. I didn't see. All right. Well, then, before we go forward, let's look at the revocation petition. On the petition to revoke, the allegations of violation are that that in April of 2017, Mr. Girard committed a new offense. I guess it's the one that's charged in 2017, 136, that he had possession of controlled substances. In December of 2016, he had, again, a new charge in April of 2017. He had controlled substances in May of 2017, and then there is an allegation that he hadn't paid and was substantial arrearage, having not made one payment towards any of his obligations, financial obligations. All of those, the allegations in the petition. On those allegations, how does the defendant now plead?
Not true, Your Honor. And Mr. Gerard, you'll need to fill out another application for the revocation case.
Not last night.
Okay, then we may get them then.
Is there any way I can get a block? I'm working on the decision point, but I've got to get screened and everything else.
I'm going to set, first of all, I'm going to set Mr. I'm going to set him down for I'd like to set him down for hearing on the 23rd of June. That day on the revocation. Give me the file back on, I guess, on both of them. Thank you. On his newest charge, the bond is recommended at $2,000 cash or professional bond. That's on the 2017 136. He's requesting a bond on the revocation. What says the state?
Judge, given Mr. Girard's continual drug use, I think if he's out on bond, he's going to kill himself. So, state's opposed.
Mr. Gibson, what can you tell the court about his situation?
Judge, I'll have to let Mr. Gerard tell the court. Where do you live, Mr. Gerard?
Almost quick vote in Harrison.
Okay, and who do you live with?
My fiance, Ashley Anderson.
Okay, how long have you lived there?
4 or 5 months.
Okay, how long have you been a resident of Boone County?
27 years.
Okay. What amount of bond could you make?
And not very good. Maybe a 2,000 cash approach. I mean, I'm working on getting into decision or Wilbur D, either one. I've told both things. I got arrested before I could get through the audit, which up to my screen.
Judge, I guess if we could request a $2,000 cash professional, and one of those conditions be that when he bonds out, he goes into Decision Point or Wilbur Mills, and then potentially a higher amount if he just bonds out to the street or to his house.
Well, at this point, do you have anybody assisting you in getting into either of those programs that you mentioned?
Yeah,
Any-
my fiance's been trying.
Any family?
Yeah, my mom, my grandma.
Well,
Judge, I think Tammy Dewey could help him get into a program that I strongly suggest.
well, at this point, if Ms. Gerard would waive the 60-day requirement on the revocation proceeding, I don't know what his prospects are of getting in those programs. That's my problem, my hesitancy. I'm just not going to let him out at this point. He's got to be in. He's got to have entry into a program that he's taking care of, in terms of finances. If he's got limited finances to make bond, he's going to have a hard time getting into either of those programs. They're not inexpensive, and so at this point, I'm not going to approve a bond, and I'm going to leave it on for hearing on June 23rd. Now, if he is able to arrange to get into a program, the court will completely reconsider the bonding arrangement but he's got to be accepted into a program that he can pay for before I'm going to make any arrangements on that.
It's fair, Judge. And Mr. Gerard, keep working towards those facilities, and once you get arrangements made, contact our office, and then we'll address it with the court and the state.
All right. You may be excused. 154, State of Arkansas versus Shanal Smith.
Jesse, federal court, she's not federal court. And she was saying, she was saying a letter. Thanks. Okay. I'll just hold on to it. So they're saying it's not her. That's what they're saying. I'll keep this. If she would like that back, I'll go make you a copy. Is this an arrangement, Chris? Yeah.
Was she arraigned previously?
She appeared last Friday in front of Judge Putman.
And he's who put it down for June 2nd?
Yes.
All right. I assume, well, there's nothing in this record that shows that she's been arraigned. So, an abundance of caution. I've appointed the Public Defender's Office. And on the charges against her of delivery of methamphetamine, Class B felony, or use of a communication device, Class C felony, on those charges, how does she now plead?
She's in her plea of not guilty, Your Honor.
It appears that the warrant was not served in this matter until the 29th of April of 2017, even though the allegations date from August of 2015. The court is going to I'm looking for a given the length of time, I'm looking for a more prompt trial date. Do we have a date that we could set this matter up for trial in September? Okay. What's October 2nd? Okay. And then working back, I'm going to set it for a plea deadline of September 15th. I'm going to set it for a pretrial date of September 1st. And order her reappearance on July 7th. Those will be the dates in the scheduling order. Any other matters to come up at this time? All right, you may be excused.
Even the best of us make mistakes, so when trouble finds you, trust Campbell Bonding Company to help you through what can be a confusing and sometimes frightening experience. Jim, Robert, and Cole Campbell work as a family to offer your family understanding and compassion during a very difficult time. Campbell Bonding Company can help get your family back together quickly and confidentially. And in every step of the process, they're there for you. In times of trouble, let their family help your family. Campbell Bonding Company, 870-741-1138.
When you support a locally owned pharmacy, you're contributing to the growth of a community. The dollars you spend stay right here to support our local community. Health Mart pharmacies are locally owned pharmacies. There is one right here. Health Mart pharmacists have a crucial commitment to their community because just like you, they support their community. Health Mart pharmacies are locally owned and hometown proud. Harrison has a Health Mart now. Sam Alexander Pharmacy, on the square in downtown Harrison. Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
You know, we should always remember to have a working smoke detector where we sleep. Let's go, let's go. Okay, we're all safe, we're all safe. In an emergency, you need a meeting place outside the whole family can meet so that you know everyone is safe. You know, we should always remember to have a working smoke detector where we sleep.
Join Sammy Klein Thursdays and Fridays during the TKO8 local newscast for this week's closing livestock market report. Made possible by Quality Feed Grains of Harrison and Bellefonte. Quality Feed Grains has you covered. Everything for cattle, pets, deer, equine, poultry, seed and spray, show feed, and garden. Check their website, qualityfeedgrains.com, now for this month's special. Quality Feed Grains of Harrison and Bellefonte, proud sponsors of the Livestock Report with Sammy Klein on Harrison's broadcast station TKO Channel 8.
This matter is on revocation to be heard on Judge Putman's docket.
Who's that?
Ron Tatro. It appears he pled out in April, placed on probation, and this is a petition to revoke filed May 19th. Warrant served on May 26th, and he's down for appearance here today, but apparently it's one that'll have to be set over on Judge Putman's docket because he pled out in front of Judge Putman.
Your Honor, if I may ask the court, I was just wanting to get a bond set. I'm no flight risk at all. I have deep roots in this community, and I own a house, a wife, and children. And I've actually turned myself in. I've walked into Boone County Detention Center every one that has been issued for me. I've, tried to obey what's do, and if I could get a bond set, I'm no risk to run show up next week for Judge Putnam's court.
Well, Judge Putman's next day to conduct court is June 30th. That's when this matter will be set down for a hearing in front of Judge Putman on June 30th. Do you have, were you also arraigned on a new charge?
Yes, sir. I have charges in Madison County, I believe. My first appearance isn't even until July 11th. I don't know, I guess the arresting or whoever turned myself into the other night just wanted to get me in and try to help me get a bond set. So they gave me a early court date as soon as possible to get in front of a judge to get a bond set. My first appearance isn't until July 11th, and there's facts in the case that I feel kind of strong that they will be dropped in that county.
Well, I know that's the way you feel. That I can't rely on that. A petition has been. You were placed on probation in April and didn't even make it into a second month before you had a petition to revoke filed on you. That petition to revoke is now set for hearing in front of Judge Putman on the 30th of June. I'm just going to tell you, I'm not inclined to set a bond. That's the policy that Judge Putman and I have basically adhered to when somebody comes up on a revocation. We don't automatically set a bond. We just try to give you a prompt hearing to dispose of your case. So you were out on probation with certain terms and conditions, and allegedly, I don't know what's going on in Madison County, but allegedly you violated them substantial enough that they arrested you and have filed charges on you. So I can't on that basis take your word that it's probably going to be dropped. So I'm not setting a bond on that. You can take that up with Judge Putman on whose docket you're on. That'll be the.
I've been on probation since December, and last month in April when I pled out was charges that had come before I even signed my plea bargain in December. So I just pled out, and they run everything concurrently with what I was already on probation with, and so I just signed and plea bargained out new charges. I've actually went in every month with my probation officer, pay my fees every month. I've checked in every month, and not failed in urinalysis.
Well,
Judge, he's not accused of any of those things. He's merely accused of new charges in Madison County and associated with a convicted felon, Brandon Hale. That's it.
At this point, the court. I think these are the matters you need to take up with Mr. Hancock, who's your attorney. At least you're listed as your attorney here, and because your case is on Judge Putman's docket, I'm not going to. Mr. Friend is here on behalf of the Public Defender's Office, but he handles cases that are on the Division 4 docket. That's my docket, so at this point, I'm not setting a bond. You're down for a hearing in front of Judge Putman on June 30th.
Thank you, Ron.
All right.
Sorry to waste your time.
You may be excused.
Ah, sweet Louise, do you dream of Hercules? He'll be the best jazz boy in town, where you sure are something, the best there ever was.
The new Sport Heritage line.
Well, it won't mean nothing unless I try my luck and bring her out to you, Louise.
Only from Yamaha.
Plants, and more plants. That's what you'll find at Camp's Plants in Harrison. Perennials, annuals, ferns, hanging baskets, shrubs, roses, decorative trees, and the largest selection of garden vegetables in the area. With different varieties arriving weekly, you're sure to find that perfect plant, shrub, or tree at the best price in the area. Camp's Plants, in business for over 32 years in Harrison.
This is Josh from Harrison Battery and Tire. Lots of folks have been asking about roadside assistance, and now it's available. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, we can quickly and efficiently take care of your tires and battery issues with one phone call. Professional, secure, comforting to get you back on the road. No matter what time, no matter what type of vehicle you drive, call for details at 870-741-7041. Harrison Battery and Tire on the curve of Main Street in Harrison, harrisonbatteryandtire.com. Big enough to serve, small enough to care.
Join Sammy Klein Thursdays and Fridays during the TKO8 local newscast for this week's closing livestock market report, made possible by Quality Feed Grains of Harrison and Belfont. Quality Feed Grains has you covered. Everything for cattle, pets, deer, equine, poultry, seed and spray, show feed, and garden. Check their website, qualityfeedgrains.com, now for this month's special. Quality Feed Grains of Harrison and Belfont, proud sponsors of the Livestock Report with Sammy Klein on Harrison's broadcast station TKO Channel 8.
I'm Randall. I work at the on-site lab at Dental Creations on the square at Harrison. Working with Dr. Wanda is great. She's taught me a lot and showed me a lot, and she gives us the freedom to get one-on-one with the patient. If there's a problem, we can actually come out of the back and do what's best for the patient. Having this on-site lab here with the doctors, that's really nice.
Dental Creations on the square in Harrison, next to the Big Red Boot.
Judge, Mr. Giles is one we were trying to confirm some of the times that he was or was not incarcerated. He's set for the September trial term. I think if we can verify that he was locked up at some of these times, I think it makes the case easy and the state agrees. Just a second. If we can, the case is probably easy still.
We have Mr. Giles down for trial the week of September 5th and pretrial on August 4th. I'm sorry, what's the status of discovery in the matter?
Discovery's been provided, Your Honor. It's a failure to register case, so it's a fairly straightforward matter. And it's been provided that the case is tracking as it should.
All right. You may be excused, sir. Call Boone County case 2017 158, State of Arkansas versus Tori Rose Allen. Ms. Allen, you're appearing before the court today for arraignment on charges that have been filed against you of simultaneous possession of drugs and firearm, Class Y felony, possession of drug paraphernalia, Class D felony, and theft by receiving a Class D felony. Have you made any arrangements to be represented by an attorney?
Yes, they're waiting for my booking thing to be faxed over.
Could you speak up a little?
Yes, they're waiting for my booking sheet to be faxed over. I didn't have my ID with me.
Judge, my understanding is she's filled out the application, but in order to get it notarized, she has to have proof of ID or her ID and she's getting that fax downstairs. So I think if we could set her aside and let that fax come through, we could get her application, and or we could stand in now and just plead her not guilty, and when we get it through, we can finish our paperwork up. Probably be the quickest of the two ways to do it. We got a busy day today, so.
So made application to the public defender's office.
Correct, Your Honor. She just needs to get her ID faxed over here so we can prove for the notary to stamp it. And so I'll just go ahead and enter not guilty for it and waive a formal reading of the information.
Plead not guilty is noted on the record.
If you'll just hang out until your ID gets here, we can get you finished with that, then you won't be recalled back up. Once we've got your ID here. Yeah, it's only 9:30.
Did you?
This matter is assigned to the Division 4 docket of this court. I've noted her plea of not guilty. I'm going to put her down on the trial schedule for the week of January 2nd, 2018. I'm setting her down for a pretrial date of October 2nd. There's a plea deadline date of November 3rd. And I'm also going to set it for a reappearance on September 1st. The reappearance is to check the status of the case, make sure it's proceeding. All right.
Judge,
any other matters to come before the court today?
Yes, but there are two co-defendants in this matter, both of whom are familiar with the court and the public defender's office. There's Sebastian McEllier, who's representing Sebastian.
Depending on what his case number is.
Well, I mean, he may be in Judge Putman's court for that matter.
It'd be Dan or...
And then there is Amy Dotson, who's representing Amy. Okay.
So I can represent her, or Dan represent. If we need to, we can get it. We'll get everyone assigned.
Well, the quicker the better. The quicker the better, based upon the email that I sent.
Okay.
All right.
And Judge, I've told her just to hang downstairs until the fax comes through. Once she gets the fax and the paperwork is finalized, she's free to go.
All right. On that basis, you may be excused. Now, you need to stay in touch with the public defender's office. They're not going to come looking for you because they don't have time. They've got too many clients to represent. So you need to get in touch with them, get their number here today, make sure you call them and set up an appointment so you can get in and see them, your attorney, okay? And you're getting provided with a lawyer, so you need to take advantage of that. But they can't do you any good until you get in and talk to them and tell them about the facts of the case, so they can start preparing for trial. All right. And the next time you're in court, scheduled in court, is September 1st. All right. You may be excused.
Welcome to the Camry One event. So right now you can get a great deal on the car ranked #1 on the American Made Index by Cars.com. And
the 2016 NASCAR Manufacturers Champion, Denny Hamlin. Want a test drive? Oh, you bet. Wow.
Get amazing deals on the #1 selling car in America during the Camry One event. Get $3,000 customer cash, or qualified buyers get 0% APR financing for 72 months, plus $1,000 subvention bonus on a new 2017 Camry. Toyota, let's go places.
Plants, and more plants. That's what you'll find at Camp's Plants in Harrison. Perennials, annuals, ferns, hanging baskets, shrubs, roses, decorative trees, and the largest selection of garden vegetables in the area. With different varieties arriving weekly, you're sure to find that perfect plant, shrub, or tree at the best price in the area. Camp's Plants, in business for over 32 years in Harrison.
Sam Alexander Pharmacy has expanded and is now offering many additional products and services. Their new pharmaceutical compounding area allows them to create products to fit the unique needs of a customer. They also have added Spinco orthotic shoes and sandals, Dr. Comfort diabetic shoes, baby gifts by Aiden and Anais, and toys by Melissa and Doug. Stop in today and let them help you with any of your specialty pharmaceutical needs. Sam Alexander Pharmacy, your local Health Mart pharmacy in Harrison.
State will call 2016-128, 2017-66, State of Arkansas versus Kerry Crockett.
Your Honor, Ms. Crockett set for a plea deadline. I see in my file that the case was continued on the March 24th appearance, but we didn't have discovery in the file. Ms. Crockett did meet with me once after last court appearance. She claims to have some evidence to come show me that may help her case. I've seen some of it. I haven't seen it all. I would ask if we could continue this one more time to let her get back in, me to review that evidence and review a potential plea offer with her.
Well, let me try the car case then. That case has been set and reset 3 times.
Well, I wasn't involved in it until looks like March 17th when we finally got appointed. Sam Pasty was in it for a little while, Your Honor.
Right.
Judge, I've had the witnesses here ready to go for trial twice.
All I can say is if she's got some evidence, Your Honor, I need to see it and review it.
Why don't you talk to your lawyer? That car case has been on the verge of trial on 2 previous occasions.
Yes, sir. I have evidence for that.
Please discuss it with your lawyer.
Okay, you have evidence on that with my opinions, right?
We've got a little bit of evidence on that. I've submitted to the prosecutor. I've told him about it. I don't really think it concerned him much.
And I do want them separated, these cases, right?
You need to convene. Just give me a
Okay.
second. We would ask for a continuance, Your Honor, on the plea deadline. I understand his motion, but I've been involved in the case too much, Your Honor.
I'm not ready for that. It's too...
Well, we've got a precedent going of moving these cases, and then they just stack up like we have today. We have 36 cases stacked up for trial next week because we keep continuing them.
Yes, sir.
We've somehow got to break out of this. I understand if you don't feel you're adequately prepared to go forward, we'll continue it as an excluded period. I'm going to do it. I don't want to keep doing this.
Yes, sir,
We've got to get these cases. You know, if they're not going to plead, then we need to have trials. So, all right, let's continue to the July 24th trial week.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Excluded period. And I'm going to set it down for I'm saying it down for reappearance on July 7th. Was that the day you can be here? The July dates, was it July 7th you can be here?
I didn't have any conflicts in July.
Oh, you didn't? Okay. I thought I remembered it. Okay. So she's to reappear on July 7th, and it would really please the court if we could have a resolution of the case on that date.
I will get her in my office, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Is the week of July 24th?
Yes, sir.
Continued as an excluded period. 2016-334, State of Arkansas versus Locken Greenhall. Yes, you may. Okay.
Your Honor, the issue's over possible body cam video. I just addressed that with the prosecution. He says he's not aware of it. There was an arrest warrant being served on somebody at her residence. Consent to enter the house is in question.
If you get a federal arrest warrant, you get to go in a house.
Different address. I apologize. It was set for an address down the road.
So there's a suppression issue that has to be addressed?
If we can get the body cam, Your Honor, that the local cops were wearing, if it's there, we should see when they come to the door and what she says to them.
Judge, just 5 minutes ago was the first time I heard of it. I admit that we went with the federal officers, but at this point, based on the nature of the charges, I wasn't even asking or concerned about a body cam. Now I'm going to have to check with Officer Briscoe, but I could do that in the next 30 minutes if he's working today.
Is there a chance? Is there a resolution possible in this case? If we
there's a plea agreement out there, Your Honor. There was also a co-defendant who's in federal custody. I've been trying to get a hold of. I finally tracked down his attorney yesterday. But the main issue was this body camera, to see if it's out there, to see if she consented for these officers to enter her residence.
If there was a warrant issued.
There was an arrest warrant for another defendant at a different residence. They go to that residence. He's not there. They come to her residence.
So the warrant wasn't for that residence?
No, it was for a different residence, Your Honor.
All right. Again, the court is going to continue the matter to the July 24th trial period as an excluded period. I'm setting it down for reappearance on July 7th. If possible, I want it reserved, I want it covered that day.
Yes, sir. We'll get that body cam if it's there, and we'll get her in and we'll figure it out.
All right.
Judge, of course, time's excluded because it's on their motion.
Yes, sir.
I said that, yes. Ms. Greenhall, you need to get in to see your attorney, and you need to definitely be here on July 7th, all right?
Yes, sir.
All right. On these ones I'm moving over to July 24th, I have no intention of continuing them again. I want them resolved, and I want them resolved either before that July 24th trial week, or we're going to trial that week.
Yes, sir.
Everybody needs to understand that.
In Court on TKO8 Television is brought to you in part by Campbell Bonding Company. Even the best of us make mistakes, so when trouble finds you, trust Campbell Bonding Company to help you through what can be a confusing and sometimes frightening experience. Jim, Robert, and Cole Campbell work as a family to offer your family understanding and compassion during a very difficult time. Campbell Bonding Company can help get your family back together quickly and confidentially. And in every step of the process, they're there for you. In times of trouble, let their family help your family. Campbell Bonding Company, 870-741-1138.